Once in a while, we all get into arguments, and while we win some, there are some people that just don't lose an argument, and we can't just help but think, how do I win against this person? If you've ever asked yourself this, and you're probably seeking the best tactics to employ, then you've reached the right spot, as we'll be taking you through some steps that can help you to win arguments. Stay tuned. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Now let's get back to the content for today. Number 1. Ask clever questions. Whether you're the one who initiated the argument or you're at the receiving end of one, you should know that the foundation of every argument or debate is the quality of questions you ask. When most people get into arguments, they end up asking the wrong questions or not even knowing the route to take to allow people to value their opinions. This happens mainly because they're not well versed in the subject and don't strive to know things even when they don't understand something fully. When you adequately understand the subject, you're able to ask clever questions, and when you do, not only do you show that you know what you're saying, but you're also able to gain more things than you'd imagine. With this, you also set the course for having a brilliant argument. Number 2. Examine your arguments. The truth is, no matter how great or brilliant you think your argument is, there will surely be some loopholes, if not many, and as such, you have to examine your argument closely. This helps you to identify weak points from your perspective, as well as also to help you know the holes that whoever you're in an argument with can use against you. And most times, people don't realize that they're the ones who set themselves up for failing at arguments or debates. This is so because they point out a number of things which their opposition can use as ammunition and finish them off. As little as this might seem, how you choose to handle will determine if you're going to be on the winning side or the losing side in an argument. Number 3. Consult with yourself. This point directly follows up with the last one, and here, you just have to put yourself in the shoes of your opponents in arguments. Well, how do you do that? Well, the straightforward way to do that is to question yourself with your own arguments. Play the role of your opposition in your head and get to counter your own arguments. This way, you're able to know the possible arguments that your opponents could use against you. And it also helps you to avoid surprises that could come up. Remember, you're dealing with a clever person, and chances are they'll do everything to break down your argument and make your points look very vulnerable. Number 4. Double check your facts. It's only right that you get all the facts right before proceeding to argue with anyone at all, even when they're not as smart as you. Make sure to do your homework, check, and then double check. Examine the data, and then make sure you fully understand all the facts and how they work. If all you do is jump into arguments without knowing important details on the subject, you're more likely to lose before you even say anything at all. It's better to put yourself in a position that allows you to be comfortable with winning an argument than just setting yourself up by not knowing enough. Number 5. Give the other side room to start. When you let the other person in an argument to speak up and talk first, it actually comes with some benefits that you don't even know about. One of the very important benefits is that when you give them the floor to speak first, you're able to reassess your starting point for your argument. When you've listened to the other side talk, you can also change your approach if you see that you intended to start with would no longer fit, and it also helps you to better construct your statements without having to go right in. If it also happens that you probably don't have all the facts for your argument or you're not feeling ready, allowing the other person to talk first sets the mood and allows you to organize your points. Number 6. End up with a conversation. In the end, every argument doesn't have to end in a victory, even though it might be the more desired outcome. Instead, you should strive towards progress, and that can only be possible by replacing your arguments with a healthy conversation so that at the end of the day, there's an entirely new ending for both parties. When you're in an argument with a smart person, chances are they'll still dish out important points that will serve to be beneficial knowledge, and they'd also be willing to learn from whatever you say, and that's why you then have to understand yourselves. Just as clever people are just one of the toughest people to argue with, they might just be the best set of people to get into an argument with. As you must have seen, the end goal doesn't always have to be positive or negative. A draw is also fine, and by that, it involves understanding your opposition's views as well as opening your mind to learn. Have you ever been in an argument with a clever person? How would you rate that experience? Let us know in the comment section. If you also enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, then you should also check out 15 Mighty Rules for an Unbeatable Leader.